Hey, what's going on, guys? Realm Gaming here, back into the video. Today's episode, we're going to take a look at the Restoration Druid hero talents for War Within. So this video will be a little bit different from my other hero talent reviews on other healers that I've done, and mainly because I'm not going to have two trees to review in this video. I'm going to completely skip over Wild Stalker. This seems to be a PvP tree. Nothing in here. I mean, it's all self-healing, and then there's a bunch of stuff with like cat weaving, and it just clearly is a PvP tree. It's in no way synergizes with PvE at all. This would have to be massively buffed for us to run this tree in its current iterations. So I'm just going to skip over this tree for now, and then we're just going to go straight into Keeper of the Grove for PvE content. So just by judging of the name here, Keeper of the Grove, you can probably already figure out which talent this tree is going to really focus on, and that is going to be our Grove Guardians right here. So for the most part, you can kind of see over here on the left hand side of the tree all the way going down, this is all going to be Grove Guardian talents. And you know, we've seen a lot of changes to our Grove Guardians over the past few seasons, and it seems that Blizzard is just kind of doubling down on this playstyle. So if this is a spec or a playstyle that you don't really enjoy with Restoration Druid, this might be the season to kind of skip out on playing Restoration Druid. I personally don't mind it. I think it's pretty fun. I do like the Grove Guardian playstyle. There are some downsides to it, especially in like heavy movement. But for the most part, I think Grove Guardians kind of helps pick up on some of the weaknesses of the spec, especially on burst healing. Another thing that's kind of changed with Grove Guardians is you won't just be freely casting them anymore. You will more than likely be coordinating them with other spells, as when you do cast a Grove Guardian, you do get a bunch of benefits, a bunch of healing benefits while they are active. So a very good example of that, just to start out, Harmony of the Grove here at the very bottom. Each of your Grove Guardians increases your healing done by 3% when active. So that's the very bottom. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the top. So Dream Surge, Grove Guardians causes your next targeted heal to create 2 dream portals near the target, healing up to 3 nearby allies for 100% of spell power, stacks up to 3 charges. So basically what these petals are doing is, after you cast your Grove Guardians, you'll use a single target heal like a regrowth. These 3 petals will pop out of the ground, and they will do additional burst healing to your party. Another neat talent here to kind of be aware of is Protective Growth. So your regrowth protects you, reducing damage you take by 8% while your regrowth is on you. So you will always want to have a regrowth on you, as 8% damage reduction is quite a bit in the grand scheme of things. So just another hot you'll kind of have to track. Another interesting one here is Power of Nature at the top. So your Grove Guardians increase the healing of your Rejuve, Efflorescence, Life Bloom, and Life Bloom by 5% while active. So this will pair again with Harmony of the Grove. So this is just another reason why you kind of want to be able to coordinate your treants, and you don't just want to be spamming them. So we have 1, 2, 3 talents here that kind of dictate when you should be using your treants, right? Because you don't want to Dream Surge just freely and waste all that burst healing from Dream Surge. You don't want to waste all this extra healing that you're getting from Power of Nature. You don't want to waste all this extra healing that you're getting from Harmony of the Grove. Then, of course, we do have in the bottom left, again, another talent kind of geared towards our Grove Guardians. The healing is increased by 20% if you take Bounteous Bloom, and then Early Spring Grove Guardians cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds, which is pretty nice because I think the default cooldown on these guys is like 20 seconds. Let's see. Yeah, it's a 20-second recharge, so that would get it down to 17 seconds. So, and then they last for what, 15 seconds? So you could almost always have a treant up if you were to go something like Early Spring. Now, will that be ran? I doubt it. I think Bounteous Bloom is just too strong to get that extra healing from it, just more burst healing when you need it. But that option is there if that is something you do want to play. Another decent option here on the far right is Grove's Inspiration. I think we would probably run this over Potent Enchantments. If you were running Reforestation, you know, you might could run Potent Enchantments, but I think you're going to get more value overall from Grove Inspiration, just the flat healing and then Starfire damage increase. Then Control of the Dream here is a little bit of an interesting one. So Time elapsed while your major abilities are available to be used is subtracted from that ability's cooldown after the next time you use it, up to 15 seconds. Let's say you have a nature swiftness. Let's say the cooldown's 60 seconds and it just sits there for 15 seconds and you don't actually use it. So it sits there for 15 seconds after it's off cooldown. That 15 seconds is then applied to the CDR after you use it. So that 15 seconds is applied. That 60-second cooldown now becomes a 45-second cooldown the next time you use it. So kind of a confusing one there, but just know it's basically in a nutshell additional CDR. So that's a cool one. You could also take Power of the Dream. So healing spells cast while Dream Surge generate an additional Dream Petal. Again, just a little bit additional burst healing. Then on the far right, this is going to be the final one we talked about here, Blooming Infusion. Every 5 regrowths you cast makes your next Wrath, Starfire, or Entangling Roots instant and increases its damage it deals by 100%. That sounds awesome for Mythic Plus. And then every 5 Star Surges you cast make your next Regrowth or Entangling Roots instant. Again, also great for Mythic Plus. So you kind of have this yin and yang sort of synergy going on here. Your Regrowths buff your Wrath, Starfire, Entangling Roots, and then your Star Surges, which will just be instant cast over here on the left. 10-second cooldown. That will be turned into instant Regrowths and Entangling Roots. So I think what they're trying to do here is they're trying to get everything to be as instant cast as possible to synergize with cat weaving. So if you're not a fan of cat weaving, I hate to tell you, but Moonkin form was removed. Cat form just seems to be the direction that Blizzard wants Restoration Druid to go. So it is something you'll probably have to get familiar with if you do want to push high in Mythic Plus content. And it does seem that with Keeper of the Grove here, they're trying to take the casting out of your DPS rotation, which, if you're going to remove Moonkin form, that kind of makes sense. So with that being said, I'm probably going to end the video here. I think that was a good, decent overview. Just looking at the hero talents for Restoration Druid. I am pretty disappointed, again, with one Stalker here, but it's not even worth reviewing because we would never run any of these talents in a Mythic Plus or a raid environment, at least not in its current iteration. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We also have our socials in the description of the video. If you guys do want to support the channel, please consider it. With that being said, we'll see you on the next one.